Welcome back, Tarot fam. Annabelle at Fortune Cookies Tarot. We're looking at Kamala Harris in this video. It is part 2. If you haven't seen part 1, go on back and watch part 1 first, because that's going to give you some insight for part 2. Hope you're having a great day. Please like, share, and subscribe. I'll be right back. Welcome back, everybody. So this is part 2 of Kamala Harris. You guys know I love politics. I am reeling from everything that's going on. This is bananas. I can't believe that we live in such an interesting political time. It's very exciting. It's very scary. Hopefully, this reading will make you feel a little bit better. Hopefully, my political readings will make you feel better. That's really what I'm trying to do. We're trying to find best course of action for everybody that's involved, and maybe put some minds at ease at the same time. So welcome again. I want to stress I'm having a 20% off sale for the rest of the summer. If you want to get your readings in, there's a link down below. So make sure that you do that, because I go back up to regular price once school is in. And also, I will have my Tarot 101 class starting in September. Now, right now, you can take my free 3-day class, or you can take my Lenormand class. There is a tuition for that, but Lenormand is a super fun divination process, and you can learn it in just a few hours. It's pretty cool. You can study it for your whole life, but you can learn how to do it and be pretty proficient in a few hours. So very, very cool. Let's take a look at how Kamala Harris is going to conduct herself. I did touch on it a little bit in part 1 of this series. I do think that as always, I want to find the yellow brick road. I want any of my subjects to have the best possible outcome. This is the same thing that I do for all of my clients that get readings from me. So best possible outcome. Let's pull up the card view and take a look. And thanks so much for being here, everyone. It's my favorite part of the day, and I'm glad to share it with you. So, how will she conduct herself? How will Kamala conduct herself? She's had a few different hats in her lifetime. Which hat is she going to wear? Is it going to be prosecutor? Is it going to be progressive? Is it going to be feminist? What is she going to do? So let's take a look. Here, Queen of Wands in reverse. 7 of Wands in reverse. King of Pentacles upright. Knight of Cups. And then that's 3 of Swords in reverse, Death card, and the Chariot. So what this Death in reverse, Chariot in reverse. So let's start with the Death in reverse and Chariot in reverse. We'll do a little tarot lesson for you guys. So reversals don't necessarily mean the opposite of the card. They are a variation. It can be either a softening of the upright meaning. It can be blocked energy. It can be forced energy. It can be declining energy, all sorts of things. So when I teach reversals to my one-on-one students, I teach them the upright and the reversal. Then for my masterclass, there are 6 different reversals or 6 different upright and reversals. So there's 3 upright, 3 in reverse. As you get better and better at cards, yes, you can start to get intuitively where that card is going. But the fact that we have the Death card and the Chariot in reverse is very curious. This particular pairing is about progress, change, evolution. We're not doing it. That fact that the cards have shown up here means that we need some change and progress, not this stunted progress, not doubling down on what we're doing. The Queen of Wands here is about dismantling and making changes, making corrections, making alterations. So if my Queen of Wands was a seamstress or dressmaker or something like that, she would be taking a dress apart to rebuild. into something else. But it's still the taking apart part. It's not the real rebuilding part yet. Here, she is not compromising. This is not a compromise situation. The main theme for Kamala, for the woman herself, the current vice president, allegedly, um, I did say that. So this really is more so about her doubling down on the message, on what she thinks should happen, how our government should run, how our leadership should lead. She's doubling down on that. We are going to see a much kinder, softer, more likable Kamala. I think the laughing is going to be toned down. I did see something like, you know, anyone who's critical of Kamala's laugh is, stealing joy from all women. I have a terrible laugh. I hate my voice. I want you guys to know my Jersey accent drives me nuts. I can't stand it, and it comes out a lot. I really do have to make a concerted effort to not have my voice get screechy and grating and annoying. I really have to do that. My voice is a little bit of a lower pitch, but sometimes I do get squeaky and excited. So I think Kamala will be working on that likability factor, trying to pull back that cackle laugh that she has. I think criticism has been heard on that. The whole business about that stealing joy from all women, it's telling women to be quiet and not have joy. Come on, it's not. Cackling like that in a meeting would be very unprofessional in a business environment, unless somebody really hilarious like Ryan Reynolds walked in and did something bizarre. I love Ryan Reynolds, by the way. Sorry, guys. So I think we will see this. And I do think it's going to be very restorative of the perception of her. Because let's face it, PR is about perception. It is not really about substance. This is about putting the best representative of a person forward. We will be seeing a corrected kind of person. So I think personality wise, we do see a different presentation. And I saw that in her first speaking engagement. I did see that she was conducting herself in a much more professional manner, in a much more presidential manner, which I think is a bonus. So I do think that there's some coaching going on there. However, she is not coming off this idea of being progressive. So are we going to see a prosecutor hat? We'll check that out in a second, but I do think that we're going to see progressive. We need to make changes. We need to alter the course of the United States. So I think we're going to see that. So are we going to see the prosecutor hat? And if so, where are we going to see the prosecutor hat come on? Everyone's saying this is going to be really exciting to watch her debate with Trump 45. So are we going to see the prosecutor hat? Let's pull one from the middle of the deck. Occasionally, we're going to see the prosecutor hat occasionally. Where are we going to see that show up? When she needs to dismantle the protection of someone else. So I think the prosecutor hat is going to come up when, again, we're going to have this existential risk to the country, existential crisis. I think that's what we're going to see. I'm not sure how that gets applied to President Trump. I'm not. I'm It's not that I can't connect the dots, but I'm not sure how she is going to apply it or how her people are going to apply it. Is this prosecutional behavior going to work? It will expose some things. So I think the court case that we just saw in New York, which has a big question mark over the sentencing, there's a lot of talk about that. I think we're going to see that come to the fore. I think she's going to bring a lot of evidence from that to the fore in her debate. I think those are facts that she's going to have in her pocket ready to go. Does it spin in her favor? Sometimes that's the best I can say. The delivery has to be done in a more tempered fashion. She has to be a little bit careful about how she delivers that message. So ultimately, do we get some bruised feelings and some excitement and disappointment? Yes, this is a very bipolar kind of response. I think it works a bit in terms of sparring with Donald Trump with this information about the court case. I think we get a very well matched spar, verbal sparring. I think it's well matched. But in order for her to remain likable for the moderates, she needs to tone it down a little bit. She needs to not go for the throat. She needs to keep the facts and keep the emotion out of it. If you notice, there are no cups here, no emotion. Facts, ma'am, just the facts. We just need facts here. And make sure that they're real facts and not, most people don't like them. It's just, that is not going to work. So that's what we do. So best practices for her. Best practices for her. My best advice, she needs to, ooh, best practices. All right, so this is going to be a tough one, okay? Because best practices here say lean into this old-fashioned morality. This is problematic because if we do this theme of like Main Street America, Americana, we're moving forward, kind of like what was happening like mid 60s, we're going to bring this back to old fashioned care about people around us, with a progressive swing. It's going to be a little bit different. There's something that feels very, very creepy about this to me. It's going to be a hard sell, this uh America of tomorrow, which is what I'm seeing. I think I may do some channeled fiction on this one to see where this would go. Just so you guys understand, channeled fiction is where we tap into a timeline and kind of run with that and see what that future is going to look like, or what that storyline would look like. But it is timeline tapping, so it's not predictive fiction. I'm not Nostradamus. I'm not Stradamus. So here, the problem with this is if we start talking about morality, everybody lives in a glass house right now. So we've got some problems with making this a question of morality. And I'm having a bad hair day, guys. My hair is icky today. It's irritating me. I feel like I need to put it up. So we can't go the morality route because everybody lives in a glass house. And if we start to do that, we're going to see more evidence that refutes what she will be saying. So this is not best practices as much as a cautionary storyline, which when I do the best practices, sometimes I get a cautionary storyline. Vilifying someone else does not make people like her better. It does not. It's not going to work with that Ace of Cups in reverse. You see, now we're getting some cups here. We're getting some emotion, appealing to this very clean corners, sweet, prefab neighborhoods, kind of 1950s, what was it, Back to the Future, that sweet little neighborhood that they built, where George McFly bought his house for his sweet little family. So, we have to be very careful about this. We want people to vote, we want people to like us, but we need to do it in the right way. Under the surface, people are always going to judge based on what they know. So if she wants to throw a stone and Donald Trump throws a stone back, it's going to be a draw. And people are going to lean the way that they were going to lean anyway. So that's what I see there. I am thrilled that you guys watched my video today. Stay tuned for part 3. We're going to have part 3 shortly. And be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Again, I want to remind you 20% off for the whole summer. Get your reading down below before I go back up to my regular prices. So I will see you all soon in the next one. Have a great day.